which they make halal what Allah made haram, and make haram what Allah made halal. Like, for example, legalizing money being lent on interest. Allah made it haram, and they made it halal. This is called, what is the name of this sin? You know it, mashallah. It's shirk. Where's the evidence? Where? Where is the evidence in the Quran that this is shirk? I got a whole afternoon ahead of me now, so I can take my time now. Which surah? I think you're guessing now. Surah At-Tawbah. See? وَمِنْ أَهْلِ اتَّخَذُوا أَحْبَارَهُمْ وَرُهْبَانَهُمْ أَرْبَابًا مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ وَالْمَسِيحَ ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا يَعْبُدُوا إِلَهًا وَاحِدًا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ سُبْحَانَهُ عَمَّا يُشْرِكُونَ. They took their priests and rabbis as gods and lords beside Allah. And they did the same with the Messiah, the son of Mary. But they had not been ordered other than to worship one God. There is no God beside him. Far removed is he from this shirk. So a man came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, "O Messenger of Allah," but he was a Christian, became a Muslim. But the Christians don't worship their priests. And the Jews don't worship their rabbis. How could Allah say so? To which the Prophet ﷺ replied and said, "Did they not make halal what Allah made haram? That is their shirk. And did the people not follow them in it? That's their shirk." And so the question which has to be asked, and the answer is fairly simple, you don't need a PhD to answer it, is if the priest and the rabbi make halal what Allah made haram, and that is shirk, then if the government does the same, would it not be shirk? If the parliament does the same, would it not be shirk? Well, around the world today, we are embraced by an all-pervasive shirk. It's the one sin that Allah will not forgive. How do we respond to shirk? The answer was already given in Surah Al-Imran. The angels ask, Fima kuntum. Which surah? You see, I think it's the biryani did that, You forgot. Surah Al-Imran. Fima kuntum. Nisa? Fima kuntum. Surah Al-Nisa. Fima kuntum. What happened? How did you end up in this mess? And they reply, well, we couldn't do anything else. We were helpless. Huh? There was nothing else we could do. We were helpless. There was no alternative. That's the answer. Kunna mustada'afina fil ard. To which the angels respond, and what did they say? Alam takun ardullahi wasi'a fatuhajiru fiha. Was Allah's earth not wide, that you could have searched somewhere on Allah's earth where you could make hijrah and not betray your deen, be faithful to Allah and His Messenger? So the response when you see that shirk embracing you is not to cut corners and to say, well, there's nothing else I can do. The response is that the time will come when the best property of a Muslim is some sheep. He would take with him to the mountainsides, to places where rain fall, fleeing with his deen from that fitna. That is when you cannot succeed in a collective response. Then the individual response is this. But only how many will adopt this position? How many will flee? 1 in 1,000. Yeah. 999 are going to stay where they are.
Sorry, Maulana, just if I can just interject there. At the moment here in South Africa, we are about to embark on an elections. I know you have explained the subject at length, but if you can just clarify that aspect of it as well. You know, we've got Muslim parties as well, Islamic parties as well. So if you can just clarify that as well.
Sheikh Ali Mustafa did political science, eh?
Yeah.
Don't let him get away. He did political science. Bismillah.
I think you know the answer to the question. I like Maulana to speak with because I think he speaks more entertaining. Enjoy it also. But it is actually what we call the. You see, most of the states, including this one, are secular states, and you have been listening or been reading or studying. You know that is actually anti-God. So it is a form of shirk because sovereignty is to the state. And Islam, the Quran teaches us that sovereignty belongs to Allah. In al-mulku lillah. Okay? So that is why we could not participate in that, because it will be giving them the license to make laws for us. Okay, I know there are people who say that, oh well, you have to be there so that you can also make some changes, but it doesn't really work like that. Some of them have even written that if some of those political scientists, I mean non-Muslims who are writing and those who are knowing about what is happening in the world, they said that if the voter thinks that his vote counts, think again. I don't count. But as a believer, you could not give authority, that's what it actually means, to another one over Allah. That's what it really comes to. That is as much I would say, but maybe Maulana can give you a better...
Yeah. I will just continue from where Sheikh Ali Mustafa left off. The reason why I said that revolution in 1908, where? In Turkey, that's right, was a far more important revolution for us than the French Revolution and the American Revolution and so on, and the Bolshevik Revolution. It's because of the transfer from one model of a state in which we recognize Allah's sovereignty, that He is Al-Malik, to another model of state which emerged out of Europe and which declared that Allah is no longer Al-Malik. The people are now sovereign. After the Ottoman Islamic Empire was dismantled and the Republic of Turkey came into being under Mustafa Kemal, the ball was thrown into the court of the world of Islam. How will the world of Islam respond? How will Islamic scholarship respond to this dramatic and momentous change which has taken place in the seat of the Khilafah? This was zalzala. This was an earthquake like no other earthquake before. This was the Darul Khilafah, Constantinople. And now this dramatic change has taken place, and the model of state which came out of Europe, which is based without a shadow of a doubt on shirk, now replaces the Khilafah state. The most important response that came from the world of Islam didn't come from Al-Azhar. No, Al-Azhar did give a response, but it was not the most important. It didn't come from the Arabs. It didn't come from Iran. It didn't come from Africa. It came from India. Indian Muslims responded intellectually with the most profound response. Indeed, they created a movement called the Khilafat movement. And the purpose of the Khilafat movement was to struggle for the preservation of this model of a state based on divine sovereignty. Pakistanis don't like to hear this. But the most important voice